Hey guys, how are you guys doing? I hope everybody's doing well out there. So, I wanted to just stop in and say hi and just kind of talk about what's going on. So, we'll go ahead and go over some stuff here real quick. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna try this for a half an hour every single day. We're gonna come in, get into the charts, and then kind of see what we're doing. So right now, we've been noticing that Bitcoin has been rallying, and like I said, we could see a rally into the week because we did see it drop fairly on Monday, right? So Monday we went down, Tuesday we went up, Wednesday we're going up. We came into our area here. Now this area here on Ethereum, there really isn't much right here. You can see, like, if we look at our, it's like we're bouncing off of the 50 period, and then we're moving up on the weekly. Now, let's go ahead and go real quick into Bitcoin here, because it's really interesting here. Saw Bitcoin rally pretty hard, but Bitcoin is rallying into an area of supply, right? And there is no wick here. So it's really interesting to sit there and see them push it up and then pushing it down, right? So there is no wick here on Bitcoin. And then additionally to that, we don't have much sitting right here to really stop us. So it's really interesting to see, are they bringing in more buyers so that the institutions can come in and put either a sell or a short to that buy? So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens. Like I said, I always like to see defense come against. I don't like to just see a market go up. I like for it to first go down and then go up. But on the overall of the week, we did go down in on Monday. So if we look at the weekly wick here on Bitcoin, you'll see here that, come on, we have a small wick right here where we came down and then we moved back up. So to me, that's a good deal. I mean, it's on the weekly, right? And then yesterday or last week we saw a bit more of a wick as well. So really interesting to see. But we are coming back into this 8 period moving average. So is the 8 going to stop it? Or is it going to put? I think it's going to stop. I personally think we have a supply zone right here. And additionally to that, we also have a moving average on the weekly. So this correlation for me just lets me know we'll probably turn around and see it probably turn around in that area there. They are not putting a lot of demand wicks on the higher time frames of Bitcoin. And the biggest thing as well as this is, and this is where I bring this up here real quick. You'll see as we're moving up, when we get to a junctional point, they do a sell-off with no buyer wicks coming in. Same sense. Look, sell off, no buyer wicks, right? Boom, boom, boom. Even as we're going down, we see more seller wicks as they're allowing it to go up, right? So again, to me, it looks like they're getting ready to drop it as we speak. Um, you see the 8 is already moving down. So if this comes back down, guys, um, the first junctional point that we'll see is probably at that 400 period moving average, right? So you could actually take this short from here all the way down to here on Bitcoin. And additionally to that, if it continues, wait for it to come all the way back down to the lows. So it'll be really interesting to see. Now, if we jump to the S&P 500, and this is what blew me away, the Bitcoin was actually rallying before the actual S&P 500 was. So that's what kind of blew me away. And to sit there and see that and go, wow, that blew me away. In additionally to that, we're also seeing, and this is another thing, the S&P 500 was actually going down, right? And we were actually seeing lower highs and lower lows before we saw it on Bitcoin, right? Like if we look at the 5 minute, right? We rallied, like we dropped into the morning, like after the morning open, right? 6:30, we rallied up, we dropped below our highs, below our lows, right? Let's look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is not doing that. It's almost, like we've seen them go step and step, right? So this was really interesting to me, right? Like we sit there, Bitcoin, right, we're 6:30. Here's the open. So we see it rally up, push up, boom. We see it actually create. It was like it was a tweezer bottom. So for me, I'm sitting there going like, huh, like that's really interesting. Whereas if we look at the actual market with the S&P 500, S&P 500 had a clear lower low. morning, right? We rallied up, right? Boom. Here's the search, or we're sorry, 6:30 open, boom. Then we drop. I mean, it was clear, lower low, boom, rallied up. Low. It just this is really interesting. Now, I have another thing I actually want to bring up to you guys, which is really interesting as well, right? Like I've talked about, I really feel like sooner or later we're going to see a Bitcoin or Ethereum dominance in the markets because the people around the world trading, right? Not to say that the ES or the futures, but that's really a US or trader's view. Whereas Bitcoin is really like a worldwide phenomenon. And so it's just really interesting to see all of this happening, right? And so here's the other thing, right? The way they set Bitcoin up, they did set it up to drop. I mean, I have to admit, they did set it up for it to drop. But the fact is that it is holding, right? We are seeing it hold. We are seeing certain things about Bitcoin where it's very unique. So I find it very interesting, right? Um, could this could we see a bottom forming here? I don't know. I do not know. But it'll be interesting to trade it. I did trade a lot of stuff this morning. Markets were moving, so sorry about not being on earlier. Um, but it just was really interesting to see what was happening. The other thing is, and I want to bring this up again. Let's check out XRP. Or actually, first BNB here real quick. So BNB, we can see here, right, that it's been basically kind of starting to how do you say the word? Mirandering down. I don't know, basically just perusing down the street, right? You know what I'm saying? Like that's almost how we're seeing this, right? So it's like it's really interesting to see BNB as well. Also, BNB made a new higher high. We're bouncing off of that 8-period moving average as well as the 50-period moving average. It's coming down. So we're hitting the junction points, like I said, we probably would be doing. Like I always give you guys, I give you the upward position as well as the downward position. So it's really cool to sit there and see what's going on in the market. And I'm going to bring up a new chart to you guys, okay, which is going to be very interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Let's go here real quick. Next one. Oh, and I also want to bring up some news here. I think the news here was really interesting. So I came across this article on Watcher Guru. It basically says a teen skips school to chase crypto dream of becoming a billionaire. So I say this because this broke my heart. This kid basically, you can actually look it up on Watcher Guru, right? And give me 1 second, guys. I apologize. Hey guys, how you doing? Sorry about that. I had a friend of mine reach out to me, so basically, just so you guys know, you guys are in my trading room. I have a trading room specifically that I do all this stuff, right? I don't know if you ever noticed, but I have a bed back here. That bed basically sometimes when you're trading and you just need to take a few minute break, a lot of times that's what I do. I just need a few minutes break, let my mind just kind of rest real quick, and then to jump right back in. Sometimes it's just kind of taxing on the brain and stuff like that. I'm very rule based, but even when you're sitting in front of the, the screens, I have like 5 screens in front of me, or 4, 2 super large ones, and then 2 medium sized ones. And so that's what I use. So sometimes I want to show you guys, so you guys know what's going on in here. Yeah, but this is my trading room. All right, so real quick, the teen skips. He basically was borrowing money from his parents to trade. It's just, but I'm amazed. Okay, this is what I'm amazed about. Any other thing in the world, right, where if you want to open up a brokerage account, you could not do that. You could not do that in any other circumstance. Straight up, you could not, right? Like you could not open up a brokerage account if you were under 18 with any institution. You would have to prove. But in DeFi world, anybody can trade. So I just found that really interesting what was actually happening there. The other side part behind it, and I found even more interesting, is he got the bug. He's basically, and I found this. Okay, so John, his name is John. John reveals that he made small profits last year, but things went haywire in 2022 as the markets crashed. The teenager stated that he borrowed money from his parents to trade, but lost most of it due to crashes. His parents do odd jobs, broke my heart here, for a living and are unaware that he trades cryptocurrency. I will pay them back when I get rich. Which, by the way, I truly believe this kid will get rich. Absolutely. At that age, he's paying attention to the charts. His brain at that age is being wired to understand the charts. So his mistakes that he's making, right? He's going through, and his brain is literally being wired behind the market. And so his brain's going to start going through and figuring it out while he sleeps. While he's literally got the bug at that age. And so I actually probably look forward to seeing this kid. We'll probably see this kid in 5-10 years. He's 14 when he's 24, 25. I bet you he's going to be a billionaire. I just, in my gut, I just feel it. Because at that age, if you get into it at that age, your brain starts to wire itself towards it. It's very hard to get kids really to kind of to be interested in trading. So it's really kind of cool to sit there and watch what's happening there. So, anyways, what breaks my heart is this. It's just that basically, despite suffering losses, John now makes money teaching others how to set up a trading account and provide crypto investment tips. He now coaches other boys in the community and charges them a fee for setting up their crypto accounts. In addition, he gives investment tips for fees and hangs out at the park looking at charts all day. I don't know if that's good. I don't think that's good. But in Africa, you can do that, man. I now coach other boys in the community. All you need is a cell phone, a bank account, and a few bucks. And I will show you how to make big money. He says, Reuters. This is nuts. John is among the thousands of other teenagers in South Africa who are keen on making it big with cryptocurrencies. The majority of them are unaware of the risks the market poses and blindly follows videos on social media. Man, if I could, I want to teach these kids, man. I want to teach them. Man, I wish some of them would stumble onto me. So I'm actually going to start posting in some stuff and just see what they do. All right, guys. I just wanted to share that because I thought that was really interesting. So let's go ahead and go right back into these next parts here. Right. So the next area here, and we also got a few other people coming in. So we might have a few people just pop in here real quick. I'll bring them on. What's up to my viewers out there? I hope you guys are doing well. Please hit the like, subscribe, and share on your social medias. I'd appreciate that immensely. So let's go ahead and check out and just hit the like button because I can literally see if you hit the like button. Just be like bloop 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 bloop. Anyways, all right. So let's go ahead and pop this up next. All right. So the next we're going to go into, we already did Bitcoin, Ethereum. Let's check out NASDAQ here real quick as well, because the NASDAQ is looking very interesting as well. We have a fat wick coming in right here. So this baby is probably about to go red here. And so if we see it again, we are coming down to that 50-period moving average here. I believe it's on the weekly. Be mindful of that, guys. This baby here, we should see some major bounce off of this. At least intraday, we should. When we come down and hit it, be ready for a spike and be looking for a dragonfly or some type of hammer down at the bottom there, so that you would know where to go long when you see it. Okay, you want to see a buyer, you want to see buyer wicks come in, and just a little bit of a confirmation as you push through. All right, guys, let's go ahead and go right into the ADA, or actually XRP. This is another one that's just, it's defying the market, right? It's one of these things that is just strong as a bull. All right, guys, so we're seeing us bounce off of our, pardon me, excuse me, coming through. Here we go. We're coming through. We're literally hitting the 8-period moving average. This line right here, we hit, we drop. And like I said, we have a lot of support, we have a lot of resistance here. So I was shocked that we just kind of blew right through it. I thought they were just stopping people out. They came to our zone here. They did not fully tap into it. So I do see us coming back down to these lower levels here, guys. We should see some type of support step in right here at this level. Come here. Here we go. Here we go. Alrighty, righty. Are you guys ready about it? Here we are. All right, guys. So we're popping it right here. Get ready for it to kind of fall through. Like I was showing you guys yesterday, they weren't putting any really demand wicks, right? That we weren't seeing. Oh, actually, was this one the one that was fighting? No, no, no. It was Shiba Do. It was not Shiba. It was Doge and Shiba was actually what that was fighting with Shiba and Doge. So yeah, there was really nothing sitting in these levels here, guys. So the next area here is at least at this level here, and then we could see it come back down into our level here, down at the lows. So for 41. This would not be a good sign overall for the week with a big weekly red candle, seller wick candle would not be good. But don't be dismayed, my friends. The fact is that we are fighting the, legitimately fighting the traditional markets is huge. It's huge. So it's huge. It's huge. It's just, it shows a lot of just strength. It's really impressive. So are the institutions going to allow us to run free? We'll find out. Um, it is coming down to the end of the quarter, so they could just be trying to make money. I've shown that video here of Jim Cramer talking about literally manipulation of the market. So that could be happening right now as we speak. They could just be messing with it and looking just to drop the market, to push it up, to bring in quarterly earnings for themselves and to make sure that they get good bonuses, right? And then they sell it back off. So it could be something like that that could be coming in. He talks about that with REM, or not, with Research in Motion. It was basically, it was, if nobody really remembers BlackBerry, but it was a company that was back in the 2004, 5, 6, 7, 8. It was, they were juggernauts of a cell phone company back then. So they were bigger than Apple at that time, way bigger than Apple, way bigger than any other company out there. They were just juggernauts. Anyways, so the reason I bring it up is Jim Cramer just talks about how they manipulated the actual trading, literally because of the for their own profits, and you can actually go on Google, type in Jim Cramer, The Street market manipulation, and it'll pull right up. Yeah, it's one of those videos that are suppressed. It's been on YouTube for almost, I think, 12 years, 13 years. Only has 200,000 views. And it's basically Jim Cramer talking about how he manipulated the stock market and futures market, like blatantly, blatantly, like he should go to jail for that video. He'll never go to jail, but many people don't realize. But Jim Cramer also was one of the top hedge fund managers for Goldman Sachs, and so he was just sitting there talking about it. He has a lot. He can talk a lot about it. He really has insider information. He actually understands how it works and how everything works on the inside. So it's actually pretty dope. So here we go. Boom. So let's go into the next part here. XRP is falling, like I said, all the way. Like I said, look for it to come down into this area here. This should see. Why is this red? Did I just turn this red without thinking? And so this is the stuff. So this will probably become buyer wicks. So let's go to make this here quick. A buyer. Boom. I'm gonna go boom, boom. Settings. All right, guys. So that's in a nutshell. Let's check out why we're here. Good. Oh, I think we did BNB, XRP, Solana here real quick. Should be the next one. Solana, we bounced off we bounced off like this 50 moving average. We see that it's coming down here to the, what do we call that 20 and that 8, and so we should see a nice little bounce from here to up here. and maybe even put in a new higher high as we come back down. The only thing that I do see that is troublesome is just the fact is that we have a fatty wick. So that's a fatty seller wick here. So we might probably come down to this area here or to this area here. I could see us coming down and putting a lower high here. Let's check out that inner time frame here, intraday time frame. I do see us coming down. Come on. Oh yeah. Yeah, we're definitely. Let's check out that 15-minute here real quick. Maybe we might see something different here on 15. Nope, we don't. I'm like, no, we don't. Yeah, we're definitely moving up. Here we go. You can see this. Boom, nothing. Or, excuse me, definitely moving down through this. Traded. We might see something around that 32 area. If we do see it, this would be the area that we would see. And this was previous supply. Right, that's 32.71. Let's check out the larger time part right here, the 4 hour. 30. Yeah, see it? No. No, I don't think we will. I mean, it wasn't much. We might be paying attention to this area right here. We could see the 32.71 as we come through these area. We do have that 4 hour 50 period moving average sitting right here. So I could see some type of bouncing right here. So be ready for that, guys. Alrighty, that's it in a nutshell. Let's check out our nice look. Let's check out the little pretty XRP Solana. Let's check out ADA here. Good old ADA. Cardano. How is Mr. Cardano doing? Or Mrs. Cardano? Is ADA a? I guess we don't want to give it a male or female thing, right? I guess. What are they? I forget what it's called. But here we go. ADA. Why is my eyes not seeing it? ADA. There we go. So ADA, we're seeing again another sell-off in the market here. Again, big fat red wick. Where's the stopping point? I would probably say down in this level again, seeing lower highs at our demand zone. In addition to it, as you guys can see, it's a nice little area. Did we put? Yeah, we did put in a pretty decent rally. So we do come into it. At least see go a little bit deeper into our zone here and maybe put in another new higher or lower high here. Once we come back down below the 42 area, 41 area, we probably will see another drop at these levels here and then another higher rise. Also want to throw this out here. If this really does start to see a major push, okay, I want you guys to be mindful, and I'm going to actually move this down to here. So it becomes more clear. Right. If we do start to come into this level here, and it starts to really come in with volume, okay, like major volume of buying, this would be something that you do need to pay attention to. So just be mindful of the major volume coming in on the buy side and be looking for buyer wicks, right? Where we see a sell-off and a defense of it to push back up. Next, I feel like I'm going too deep. Can you guys let me know, am I going too far deep into this? You know, am I too much explanation? I would love for you guys to tell me because that's really important for me. I want to make this entertaining and fun for y'all. And so you guys can be educated as well, right? All right, so let me jump right into the next one. Is we did what else? Oh, we need to go into DOT here. Let's go into DOT, Doge and DOT. Go to Doge first. So Doge was really interesting. Remember, guys, we were talking about this yesterday because we started seeing a lot of fighting, like legit buyers and seller wicks in this spot. So it's really interesting to see what's happening in Doge, right? Like somebody's coming in and fighting. So we're seeing fire. We're seeing, I see fire. Da, 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 da. see. Sorry. All right. My bad. As you guys can tell, I'm definitely going to be on the American Idol section. Yes, yes, yes. I'm the next contender at the American Idol with my amazing voice. So, real quick, we're coming down into the areas where we're seeing fireworks. As you guys can see this, right? So, this is really interesting to see what's happening. We are having a sell, but not as much as a major sell that I was expecting. So, when I look at the 4 hour period, let's look at this because if we did put in lower high here, we see it turning around. But here's the thing: the next real spot down here, right, that I would be looking at is maybe I won't even say there. This is really where I would want to be looking at right here, the Doge area. Down at our level again at the 5 cent mark, the 55 area, 54 area here, guys. Like this again, because we did put in higher highs here, and then it did hit that 50 period weekly, or is that a monthly? Yeah, it's not monthly 50. So we could see a stronger sell off into these areas here that are really important. One last little thing. Also, make sure you're paying attention to Bitcoin and all of this. Dot. Let's check out Dotty Dot. Dot. It looks similar, guys. We are seeing a sell-off today, but if we go to that daily, look, we're coming down into that 8, right? So that 8 might hold on Dot. If you're short, hold your short to at least that 8 as much as you can. Look at the inner time frame here real quick. You guys will see, right, that there's really nothing sitting like we talked about right yesterday. There's really nothing sitting at these levels until we get down to the lower levels here at the 6, the 610 or 610 area, right? Or 6, or what is it, 620? Actually, it's more like 615 area. So this area here will probably be retested again. So hold your shorts until then. Make sure though at major areas that you have support, make sure you're taking profit as well though. But always see if you can get a runner all the way down to this level here. Next, let's go right into, I believe I just ran through it. I think I just did it again. If I did it again, that is going to be epic. Ada Matic. Matic, and let's check out Matic. Now Matic is again, right? Like Matic, I love Matic. I love what Solana is doing. I love what Matic is doing, right? I think they are, but they're not called Matic anymore. They're called what are they called? Not Matic. Come on. Oh, that stinks. What just happened? Which one is this? Yeah, this is the 200 period moving average. And is it on? What is this on? This is on the daily. Let's check out the daily here. There's that 200 right here. All right. Again, looks similar, but again, look, we're putting higher highs, right? Like, isn't that pretty? Like, that shows a lot of strength in the crypto markets. So I think that's really dope as we're seeing this come in and what we're seeing at these levels. As we're moving, you can see here, guys, that we're hitting these higher time frames, moving averages, and we're just basically selling off of them. So, it's just how it is. This is how we do it. All right, so we're gonna go right here. This is a weekly, so weekly moved up a little right here. We'll play off of that, and then the next one is that monthly. And the monthly is all the way up here now. That's interesting. Alrighty then. There we go. All right, guys. That's it in a nutshell. We got one more when it comes to this. This would be Shiba. Check out Shiba. But price target here is looking at that 8, which should be right here. We're bouncing off of it right now. It's not trending and it's really looking down. So I do see us maybe continuing down into our lower levels down in here at the lower part of this demand zone. Let's go ahead and go through Shiba right here. Shiba, similar. Look for the area down in this level here. So it was placed in this demand zone. We did come back up into our area here. And then now we're staying in between our supply zone, which was previous demand, right? You came in, we bounced off of it, we sold through it, and now we're finding really resistance at this level here. In addition to that, we hit that weekly 20. As you guys can see here, we came up and tapped it and now selling off. So that's another thing to be paying attention to on that. I do still see Shiba going all the way down to the 927 area, as well as that 83 area, and potentially coming down to that 682, right? Where we would see, because this would still put a low here, right? But not a lower low at this level. Yeah, that's in a nutshell. All right, guys, that's it. Thank you so much for coming. I ran 2 minutes over. Thank you so much for being here. If you can, like, subscribe, and basically see what the market is doing. Tell people about me. I'm calling the markets pretty well. I have a friend of mine, actually a subscriber, who's made some pretty darn good money off of some of the suggestions, especially with Ethereum and it dropping the way it dropped after the merge. We live streamed the merge and it was epic. We did it for the whole entire time period. I think it was a 6-hour thing. We brought on a few guests talking about mining and stuff like that. We'll probably be bringing on the mining guy again to talk about how to set up things. Also, making major connections out there. I'm probably going to bring in on another individual who has a master's degree in blockchain, talking about blockchain. If we also know anybody else who knows anybody in metaverse, I would love to bring them on to be able to talk about metaverse and the direction of there. Or maybe even connect with me on my LinkedIn page, which I'm going to put in the actual comments there. Please come through, like, and start following me. That would be something that would help as well for the channel to allow people to come on if they see, there's a big following with somebody. They're more apt to come on as a person of interest. That's a bad word to use, but just a guest to come and talk. So this is my LinkedIn page as well. So come through, check it out as well. Like, subscribe to it, and then interact with it if you don't mind. I'd appreciate that as well. All right, guys, thank you so much for your time, and have a blessed day, and I will be seeing you guys soon.